Top 10 hoop shoes for only $100. Let's get it. In the 10th spot, we have the Jordan Tatum 2. These babies do originally retail for 125 buckaroos, but you can find them as low as $92 on sale. And for these, alongside all the other shoes on this list, I will provide links in the description for the best places to get them and where to find the deals. So I got y'all. But back to the shoes. Overall, performance, very decent. For one, I think the cushion was pretty decent and the materials feel rather durable, both on the traction and the upper. So if you wanted to get some outdoor shoes, these might be the way to go. But inside, again, just like pretty mid. For one, I think the traction was a little meh on the shoe. I don't know if it was the weird pattern that they have going or what it was, but long story short, it picked up a lot of dust and just was very subpar. Additionally, they are a little bit heavy and feel a little bulky in my opinion. But again, other than those few things, they're pretty decent. They're 10 on this list for a reason. It was honestly kind of hard to find 10 shoes that were under $100. But you know what? Decent shoe. Outdoor use, they're probably like top 5 in this list, but indoor use, easily deserving of the 10 spot. Next, in the 9 spot, we have the Luca 2s. You guys might be confused because the Luca 3s are currently out. But again, in this list, I'm just picking shoes that retail for under $100. And fortunately, you can find these babies on sale for about $80, I believe. Originally $130, but can be found at $80. The performance on these were certainly better than the Tatum 2s. Great traction, pretty good support, decent cushion, and just has like one or two little things that I'm not too big of a fan of on them. Those two things being materials and weight. The materials are made up of this like thick patent leather on the upper, which again is pretty heavy and not so breathable. And then even the textile feels a little bit on the thicker end. So overall, the upper just feels a little bit stiff and a little bit like doing too much. And additionally, with that like really heavy upper setup, and I believe the cushion's a little bit heavy, the shoe is just on the heavier side, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But again, that's just me nitpicking. Overall, this is an absolutely great shoe, especially for only $80. Easily deserving of the 9th spot on this list. Next on the list, we have the GT Cut Academy. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, which is this is not the GT Cut Academy, and that's because I used to have a pair, but I returned them to Nike. Why, you may ask? Because I just didn't see myself using them much. But that's beside the point. The GT Cut Academies originally retail for under $100 at only $95, but can be found even further on discount for only $65. And I'll just move this out of the way so y'all don't get confused and actually think it's the GT Cut 2. But overall, the GT Cut Academy is probably fighting for some of the best bang for the buck on this list at only $65. And again, at only $65, you're getting some phenomenal traction, pretty good support, pretty decent materials again for only $65, and an overall very solid hoop shoe. Only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the cushion on the shoe. Obviously, they have to cheap out somewhere at only $95 retailing. So I can tell that's kind of where the cushion was. So cushion's meh. Other than that, phenomenal hoop shoe. Again, $65, crazy price point, easily deserving to be on this list. Next we got the JOne. These babies originally retail for $120, but can be found as low as only $80, which is phenomenal. If you watched my review of these that I posted about a year ago, you'd probably be surprised that they're on this list because I'll be honest with y'all, I kind of shit on them. But after more use, they've come around to me. One of my biggest gripes with the JOne was that the cushion was kind of dog shit. But after breaking it in more, I realized that the cushion just takes a long time to break in. After you wait that time, it does feel still not the greatest, but decent and not absolute dog shit. But aside from the cushion, let's stop talking about that. Phenomenal traction, really, really cool colorways in some of them, obviously, and then phenomenal support. And again, that only con I can really see is the full-length Phylon with that like Zoom Air unit in here. Again, cushion setup's like meh, kind of similar to like the GT Cut Academy, but slightly better. Easily deserving of the 7th spot. On to the next. In the 6th spot, we have the Way of Wade Fission 9. These babies originally retail for $120, but can be found as low as $99, just squeezing into this list. If we include taxes, then these babies are out of here. But the Way of Wade Fission 9s are honestly just a phenomenal performer. Nice traction, phenomenal support, really, really good durable materials. And again, like I said, overall, solid hoop shoe. But what makes the Way of Wade Fission 9s really special is the outdoor performance. If you're watching this video and you're kind of like searching for an outdoor shoe, I would say stop the video, go get these. These are the best outdoor shoes on the list. and then please keep watching the video so I can get more ad revenue. But yeah, best outdoor shoe on the list. These babies are literally made for outdoor use. That's why they have the insanely durable upper, really, really deep grooves and durable traction. So again, made for outdoor use. But indoors, again, they still perform absolutely phenomenal. So deserving of the 6th spot on this list, again, just squeezing in at 99 bucks. If you want an outdoor shoe, get these babies. Next. Today's video is sponsored by Kinetic Kings. Now, Kinetic Kings is a shorts brand that makes, in my personal opinion, the best shorts on the market. Now, why are they the best shorts on the market? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you. Firstly, Kinetic Kings shorts are made up of some of the most high quality materials on the market. Their 100% polyester blend feels both comfortable, durable, and breathable all at the same time. Secondly, they feature some of the cleanest mesh short designs on the market. I mean, check out these, and these that Kinetic Kings sent over to your boy. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, check out some of these that I didn't get. Bang, 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 fire! So many fire designs. And additionally, the details on the shorts are just absolutely absurd too. I had a few that these designs wouldn't look this good in person, but guess what? They do. So overall, man, these shorts are perfect for hooping or any activity for that matter. Whether it's getting shots up, going for a walk, hanging out with friends, just gaming in your room and you want to look fly, I think these are perfect for the occasion. So if you want any shorts from Kinetic Kings, the best shorts brand on the market, feel free to use my code and click the link in the description to go snag you some. Back to the video. Next up, we have the New Balance Fresh Foam BB V2. These babies retail for 130 bucks, but can be found as low as $80 on sale. These joints are easily probably one of the most underrated hoop shoes on the market right now. Off rip, the looks on this shoe, absolutely insane. They have some fire colorways. The looks just beautiful. Additionally, their fresh foam cushion setup that is a little bit thick feels like heaven on earth. If you want a lot of court feel, this probably isn't the shoe for you, but if you don't mind a little bit of thickness in the cushion, literally probably one of the best cushion setups, especially at the price point of only 80 bucks. On top of that, traction, literally perfect. Insane. Support, really nice. Materials, again, this is probably the best materials you're gonna get at only 80 bucks. And I was actually tempted to put these higher up on the list, but some things that kind of held me back to doing that was that the cushion, again, feels a little bit thick. And while they are only 80 bucks on sale for certain colorways, a lot of the good colorways, like I think this one, is still $100+. So if this was 80 bucks, I'd probably move them up to like the 3 or 4 spot. But unfortunately, just the on sale colorways aren't as fire as this. Again, very deserving of this spot. Really, really underrated hoop shoe. On to the next. In the 4th spot, we have the LeBron NextG / NextG Amped. Now let me address it. I know some of you guys are probably surprised because you're like, Stashed Hooper, don't these retail for $160 and the Amped for $170? Why are they on this list? Let me tell you, buddy. They're on discount. And not any discount. 50% off, 80 bucks maybe? No. You can find these as low as $60 in some sizes. Absolutely absurd. Anytime you can find a deal of over 50% off on a good hoop shoe, pull the trigger, figuratively. Great traction, phenomenal support. I love the materials because they are rather durable, but they feel really thin and really breathable. So I'm a big fan of that. Design too, I got the phase colorway in here. Phase up, absolutely love the shoe. Great overall performer, and honestly, one of my favorite hoop shoes of probably last year. But one thing I will say is these are just the normal Next Gens, which I think the lowest price for one of these is like 80 bucks. These are a lot better than the Amps. The Amps, I actually had a fair pair, returned them, and that's because the materials are on the stiffer side. So I'd say if you're thinking of getting one or the other, I'd lean more towards these. But if you don't mind a lot of break-in time for a shoe and it being still a little stiff, then maybe go for the Amps. But again, overall, phenomenal performer. Discount is absolutely absurd. Go snag you some LeBron NextG Amps. In the 3 spot, we have the KD 16s. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, aren't the KD 17s out? Why would I get the 16s? And that's because these babies are on crazy discount. The KD 16s are one of my favorite performers of last year, probably in contest for my favorite, probably top 3. And they usually retail for 160 bucks. But with the release of the KD 17s and those being out for actually a little bit right now, these can be found for as low as 60 bucks. But I'm gonna preface 60 to 90 bucks depending on size. But let's talk about the performance of these a little bit. The KD 16s are, in my opinion, just as good, if not better, in performance compared to the KD 17s. First off, support. You see this TPU unit right here? Absolutely brazy. You feel super secure. Again, they have one on this side too. Really, really secure. Support out of this world. Cushion, I forget what it actually is, but it kind of reminds me of the Wade 10 cushion setup, which is my favorite cushion of all time. Really, really bouncy and almost feels condensed. I feel like low-key it adds like an inch or so to my vertical. Probably works better than Victor insoles, to be honest. But bro, literally overall, performance on these are absolutely absurd. Again, top 3 favorite hoop shoes from last year. Love them. Only 80 bucks, 60 to 80 bucks. Easily deserving the spot on the list. In the 2 spot, we have the New Balance 2 Wave 4. These babies originally retail for 120 bucks. Not that bad, but you can find these as low as $45 on sale. At 45 bucks, this is easily the cheapest shoe on this list and probably the best shoe you can get under 50 bucks. Now you're probably thinking, Stash Trooper, if this shoe is actually decent, why on earth is it like 60, 70% off? Let me tell you, buddy. I think a lot of people are kind of afraid to wear New Balance as hoop shoes. You only see really like Jamal Murray, not Tyrese Maxey, and like no one else wearing. Cooper Flag too, my brother. But outside of them, you really don't see anyone wearing the New Balance. And I think that's because a lot of people are caught up on wearing the big brands like that are known for basketball shoes like Nike, Wade now, Adidas, and so on. And people are kind of afraid to wear New Balance because they kind of have that like dad shoe perception. But let me tell you, literally performance, mucho. Cushion setup. It's got that full length fuel cell cushion setup, kind of similar to the Fresh Foam BBs that I mentioned earlier. A little bit different though. Very similar in that it feels a little bit high off the ground, but still, if you don't mind that, absolutely phenomenal. The upper is a combination of this textile material alongside a little bit of leather depending on the colorway. Feels high quality, and again, for only 45 bucks, that like the materials are crazy. They gotta be losing money, to be honest, bro. Traction, really solid. It's got a very unique traction pattern, and in some colorways, again, like this one, it's kind of really cool how it's got a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. Really cool. Performs amazing. And for outdoor use, I think these would actually be perfect because if you look, the grooves are insanely deep and really hard. So probably one of the best shoes on this list for outdoor use, but also indoor use. And again, let me say it one more time. 45 bucks. Best bang for your buck on this list. Literally the price of a double brisket with guac and queso Chipotle bowl. On to number 1. In the number 1 spot, we have the LeBron 21s. Now again, I know you guys. You're probably confused. You're probably saying, Stash Trooper, those retail for 200 bucks. Let me tell you something, buddy. You can find these on sale, at least while recording this video, as low as $80. According to my calculations and my degree from the Rochester Institute of Technology, that's over 60% off. With the LeBron 21s being one of my favorite hoop shoes from last year and one of the most expensive hoop shoes from last year, I was in awe when I was doing research for this video, and I saw these for less than 100 bucks. So for only 80 bucks, man, this is a no-brainer and easily the best performing hoop shoe on this list. So if you want these babies or any of the other hoop shoes in this list, please use the link in the description. Some are affiliate links, some are not, but regardless, y'all should go snag them.